Today, we're digging into something that's, well, it's a huge and complicated issue: global food insecurity. It's a story full of contradictions, right? Where we have so much, and yet so many go hungry. But it's also a story about some incredible human ingenuity. So let's get into it.
Okay, so this right here is the central question, the paradox that just sits at the heart of this entire crisis. It's a simple and honestly a pretty shocking fact. We have enough food, so why doesn't everyone have enough to eat? That's exactly what we're going to break down.
And wow, this slide just lays the imbalance bare, doesn't it? On one side, you got 735 million people who are undernourished. They just don't get the basic calories they need to live a healthy life. But on the other side, over 1 billion people are classified as obese. It makes it crystal clear this isn't a problem of production, it's a problem of distribution and consumption. So let's really unpack this core idea, what we're calling the paradox of plenty. And to do that, we need to get on the same page about what it even means to be food secure. Food security isn't just about having food on your plate today. The key phrase here is reliable access. It's that confidence, that peace of mind, knowing you'll have enough safe, healthy food tomorrow and the day after that. It is literally the foundation for a stable, healthy life. And here it is. Here is the hard number that really hammers home this whole paradox of plenty idea. 2,800. That's the average number of calories available for every single person on this planet every single day. If we just divided all our food up equally, there's more than enough. The food is there. The challenge is just getting it to everyone who needs it. Okay, so if we've got enough food, what is going wrong? Let's take a look at the pressures that are straining this already shaky system, creating what is really a perfect storm of human and systemic challenges. So on the demand side of things, two huge pressures are at play. First, you've got the simple fact that our global population is growing. We're talking tens of millions of new mouths to feed every single year. But second, and this is just as big, is how our diets are changing. As more economies develop, people want more meat and dairy, which, well, they take way more resources to produce than plant-based foods. And then on the supply side, you've got these really critical systemic failures. Just imagine for a second you're a farmer. Without modern tools or fertilizers, your harvests are going to be small. And even if you do have a great harvest, what if the roads are so bad your food spoils before it ever gets to a market? Throw in a lack of good storage or irrigation, and you start to see how the whole system just breaks down, step by step. And as if all those systemic problems weren't enough, an even bigger threat can just shatter a food system almost overnight: conflict. It's just a brutal multiplier of hunger. War doesn't just mess up supply lines, it physically destroys the land and forces farmers to run for their lives, completely stopping food production cold. It can turn food from a source of life into a weapon. Now, layered on top of all of these systemic issues is a planet that is under an incredible amount of pressure. So let's explore how environmental and climate factors are adding a whole other level of danger to our global food supply. One of the most serious environmental threats is something called desertification, and it's basically a disaster in slow motion. First, the soil dries out from high heat and not enough rain. Then the plants die off, leaving the land bare. Then wind just blows away all the good, fertile topsoil. And what you're left with is this cracked, barren earth where absolutely nothing can grow. And while desertification can be a slow creep, the impact of extreme weather is terrifyingly fast. I mean, a single flood, one bad drought, or a major storm can wipe out an entire region's food supply in a matter of hours. Just like that. A whole season of hard work gone in an instant. And then you've got the pests. Right now, we lose somewhere between 10 and 20% of all our crops globally to insects and other pests. And as the planet gets warmer, these pests can survive in new places and spread, threatening to take an even bigger bite out of our global harvest. Okay, so the challenges are obviously immense, but so is our ability to innovate. So now, let's switch gears and explore some of the incredible solutions being worked on, from the most cutting-edge labs to small local farms that offer some real hope for a food-secure future. All right, check this out. Here are two really fascinating techniques for farming without soil. On the left, you have aeroponics, where the plant roots literally just hang in the air and they get misted with all the nutrients they need. And on the right, hydroponics, where the roots are submerged right into nutrient-rich water. Both are all about giving plants exactly what they need as efficiently as possible. I mean, the potential of these high-tech farms is just incredible. They can use up to 95% less water, you can stack them vertically in cities, and they produce more food faster. But, and there's always a but, right? We have to be realistic. They are really expensive to get started, and they need a constant, reliable source of electricity to run. Then you have biotechnology. This is kind of building on the legacy of the Green Revolution from decades ago. Scientists are using everything from selective breeding to genetic modification to engineer crops that are just tougher. Imagine a type of wheat that can survive a drought or corn that pests just naturally stay away from. This is about building resilience right into the DNA of our food. But hey, innovation isn't just about high-tech labs and gene editing. Just as important is what's called appropriate technology. These are solutions designed to be affordable, small-scale, and just right for local conditions. Think of a simple, durable water pump that's easy to fix, or a fertilizer that can be made locally. These are tools that empower farmers directly, without a huge price tag or complexity. And that really brings us to our final thought here. We've seen that the world makes enough food. We've seen that we have the tech, both super high-tech and really simple stuff, to produce even more, and to do it better. So maybe the biggest mountain to climb isn't about creating more things. Maybe it's about creating more connections, connecting surplus with scarcity, connecting new technology with the farmers who need it, and ultimately, connecting all of us.